Hey Internet, it's your old friend Dominic here with the All-American Casino Guide, a channel dedicated to providing you with all the tips, tricks, tutorials, and trivia that you absolutely need to know about casinos and casino games. Today, I'm going to be re-examining the 4 ways you can increase your chances of winning at Blackjack and how you can, more importantly, protect your money while you play. This video assumes, though, that you already understand the basic mechanics of the game. So if you're an absolute newcomer, I recommend you check out our tutorial video that covers the basics of Blackjack before you dive directly into this one. It's also worth mentioning that everything I'm going to be discussing here comes with the assumption that you're not counting cards or using some other nefarious method like cheating to increase your player odds. So without further ado, let's get into it. The most fundamental piece of advice I can give any newbie to the game of Blackjack is to plan ahead and find the game that benefits you best. In this day and age, we are spoiled for choice as gamblers, and we do not have to settle for a casino that gives us a less than ideal play condition. Before settling on a particular casino or blackjack table, do a little pre-wager scouting. Find a table that has the best payouts and rule variants for you. My advice is to avoid any table that does not pay 3-2 on blackjacks. Even money tables are going to cost you money in the long run with respect to lost potential winnings. Another piece of advice is to find a casino where the dealer stands on 16 or doesn't hit on a soft 17. This may seem small to some people, but under mathematical scrutiny and analysis of thousands of hands, this small variance improves overall player odds and mitigates that dastardly house edge. I also prefer casinos that let players double down on any 2 cards, and even double down after splitting the hand. Another thing to consider is how many decks are in the shoe. When it comes to this factor, less decks will translate to more money in your pocket. And even though it's an absolute surprise when I find it, I'll pretty much pony up to any table that uses single or double deck shoes, as you don't really have to be Rain Man to do a little card counting. In that same vein, avoid tables that utilize automatic card shufflers, as they make card counting pretty much impossible and actually speed up play and allow for more hands per hour, exposing your hard-earned bankroll to that nasty house edge I was mentioning earlier with much more frequency. My second piece of advice is to not be afraid of doubling down, and more importantly, to know when to do it. A double down is a simple mechanic where you're allowed to double your bet after receiving your initial 2 cards, receiving 1 more card before comparing hands with the dealer. Like always, your end goal here is to get a combined total as close to 21 as possible without going over. Doubling down is one of those things that can obviously add tension factors to the game, as you're ultimately wagering twice as much as you were before. But when used correctly, this tactic increases your payouts and multiplies your overall enjoyment factor exponentially. The thing I observe most is players doubling down on the wrong hands. Overall, it's not a tactic you should be using every single time. Doing it in this way will bankrupt you in no time flat. Before deciding to double down, it's important you take a look at your own cards, and more importantly, the upturned card of the dealer, as there are specific hand combinations that statistically lend themselves better to doubling down than others, and these are the kinds of hands you need to look out for. The ideal moment to double down is any time you're showing a hard 9, a hard 10, or a hard 11, which of course is a combination of 2 cards which adds to the particular number, and the dealer happens to be showing a low value card like a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, in this example a 3. This is really the sweet spot when it comes to doubling down and really should be a no-brainer, as there's absolutely no risk of going bust. Your odds of beating the dealer at this point are pretty good, and any card that is dealt to you will increase the overall value of your hand, with about 38.5% of the deck being 10 or 11 value cards that are going to turn your hand into a real tough nut to crack. And with casino dealers typically having to take their hits until 17, the odds are really in your favor. So for this example, we're going to have each of these players doubling up their bets and taking 1 more card, resulting in a 19, a 20, and a 21. The dealer reveals an ace, resulting in a 14, then taking a hit, going again, staying at 14, and then taking another hit, resulting in a 23, a bust, and these 3 particular players win the hand. The only thing to consider is situations where you're dealt a hard 11 and then you decide to double down and is dealt an ace, resulting in a 12. Unfortunately, you're stuck with this 12 and you're in a very bad position overall. But it wouldn't be gambling without a relative element of risk. So for this reason, I always get a little nervous doubling down on 11. The other situation where you should be doubling down is whenever you've been dealt a soft 16, a soft 17, or a soft 18, which is a combination of two cards, one being an ace that adds up to that particular number. And the dealer has been dealt a low value card like a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. With your ace being interchangeably a 1 or 11, there's a pretty good chance you can improve your hand overall, or you could just double your bet when holding a strong hand. So we're gonna go ahead and double up each of these three particular hands. And we have, for this example, a 16, we take our hit, becomes a 20. This 17 becomes a 20, and this 18 stays an 18, but then the dealer reveals that they have a 12 and takes a hit, 17, they stand, and all three hands particularly win. This is not to say these are the only situations where you can double down. These are just the ideal combinations to look out for and the times when the odds are best in your favor. Inversely, there are a few scenarios to avoid doubling down altogether. These are whenever the dealer is showing an ace, or you're holding a hard hand over 11. Again, two cards, one not being an ace, where the value exceeds 11, so 12 or more. Your odds of losing or just going bust in these particular situations are just too high to warrant the decision to double your initial bet. So my recommendation is to not. Blackjack is a very popular game, and because of this popularity and the elegant simplicity of the game, the calculable odds have been well studied and analyzed over the years by many brilliant men and women who've created these easy to understand reference charts like the one I'm displaying on the screen right now. These charts outline basic strategy and tell you when to hit, when to stand, when to split, and even when it's advisable to double down. These visual guides are readily available and are an excellent tool for anyone trying their luck at blackjack. Just follow the guidance and you'll go far. My only recommendation is to make sure the chart you're using correlates to the number of decks in the shoe, typically 4, 6, or 8, and what number the casino dealer is instructed to hit until, typically 17, but some are 16, because there is a slight variance between the charts depending on these factors. The chart I chose to share with you today assumes you're playing a 4-deck shoe with the dealer staying on 17, which in my experience is the most common variant you're going to find in most casinos. It's not a major faux pas to ask the dealer how many decks they're using or if they're going to hit on 16. If this info isn't clearly displayed on the table, make sure to ask this information before you place your first bet. My final piece of advice is pretty straightforward, and it revolves around the insurance and surrender rules that you're going to find at some blackjack tables. If you're unsure what either of these things are, insurance is a further wager option where you can protect your original wager from a dealer's potential blackjack, and the surrender rule is a play action where you lay down your hand when facing insurmountable odds. Both options are designed to protect half your bet and are made available to you whenever the dealer reveals an ace as their upturned card. It's worth noting though that some casinos won't allow for either, and as a general rule of thumb, unless you're an experienced card counter, I encourage you avoid both the insurance and surrender rule like the plague, as you're really gambling on your odds of losing, and we don't play blackjack to lose, we play to win. And when we do lose, it's just part of the game. In the long run, I think it's better to focus on winning the next hand rather than dwelling on one unlucky turn of the cards and throwing more money towards it. So cowpokes, that concludes this brief list of ways you can win more money and more importantly, win more often whenever you're at the blackjack table. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below in the comments section. And don't forget to clickety-clack that like button, slam that big red subscribe button, ring-a-ding-ding that notification bell, and make sweet, sweet love to that share button. This has been the All-American Casino Guide, wishing you luck and reminding you as always, play responsibly.